talking about the club is easy in that part because my psychiatrist asked me if I thought I could work. And I knew the answer had to be yes. And that's how I found the Grand Avenue Club.
The Transitional Employment Program is a great way to start. We have our staff members who are placement managers, and they train us on the job, and that makes it much more comfortable to be trained by someone who knows you, how you learn, and you know them. So that makes it very easy. And it's 6 to 9 month commitment, 20 hours a week. It's a good way to just jump into employment again, or if you've never worked before, to jump into employment the first time. It's a great feeling to have a paycheck and start saving money and just having money of your own. So I say just go for it. The club gives you all kinds of support. So there's really very little risk and a lot of rewards.
In 2007, I was diagnosed with what they believed was schizophrenia, but later turned out to be just a severe case of bipolar disorder. And I was unable to work for many years, and I really did not start working again until about 2019.
I'm not very good at talking to people usually. I don't find that I have, sometimes I don't really find I have a lot in common with some people. So I feel alienated, I suppose.
I basically didn't leave the house for around 8 or 9 years.
The Jose from like a year or two ago back has really come like a long way from to now, with all the things that I learned. And because back then I don't think I would, like, back then I would probably be scared or hesitate of doing like something like this, but now it's like I'm all on board for it.
Well, for many years I had many different jobs, and I was unable to keep a job for more than 2 years, for one reason or another. A lot of people issues, a lot of issues with lack of self-confidence. So I began to wonder if I'd ever be able to really hold down a job. And then Grand Avenue Club changed all that. They gave me the confidence that I could work again.
When I was working fully remotely during COVID, I was perfectly comfortable because that's kind of the dangerous thing I get used to. I'm going to isolate back at home. That's where I feel most comfortable. I need to make effort to get out and get out regularly. And the clubhouse and Foley and all the TE positions helped tremendously in making sure I got used to doing that.
The TEs helped me in a lot of ways to do with the unknown challenges of employment.
SSDI is very limiting, so I wanted to get out of it because I wanted to have savings. I wanted to be able to eventually retire, let's say, or do something else, to have a support.
The fact that staff members who were our placement managers trained us out of the job was the biggest contributing factor of all. I felt very comfortable being trained by Joe and whoever else were my placement managers. In fact, that I had weekly meetings like Wish and Wild to go to, where I could talk about celebrating the things that went well and working on the things that didn't go so well. That helped me also quite a bit.
I am a lot stronger than I thought I was. I used to not have a lot of confidence in myself or my abilities, and just going through and doing different TEs, I learned a lot of different skills, a lot of different, and talk to and learn from a lot of different people. I've learned how to interact with people better, especially professional people such as assistants and lawyers, and which has been awesome.
It helped me to work independently and also as a team. And it helped me communicate better and work with a variety of people. It's a challenge, but the staff can help you out a lot with training.
There was one time when I was working at Durco that I caught pneumonia. That was really, really horrible. I had a fever of 105, 104, something like that, and I was out for a week. But I didn't actually lose my position because the placement manager was there to take over for me.
Oh, you can't help but be impressed by Grand Avenue Club. It provides great service to members. The concept and the work order day is so impressive. Getting to know the members through their involvement on the board of directors and being at the club just made you impressed by the fact that they really wanted to improve themselves and were there to get better. And it was wonderful. We saw it at Foley and Lardner with the TEs that we had there too.
I've worked with the members of the Grand Avenue Club employment program in both a collaborative and a supervisory role. I've worked with similar programs throughout the country with other firms, but Grand Avenue Club has been the most engaged with the employer than any other program I've worked with.
One of the things that I look forward to with the new staff, they have no idea what they're going to be getting themselves into. But once the assignment is over and they look back at everything that they accomplished, that's what made it worthwhile. I wish that I can retain a lot of the people longer, but for now, it's a twice a year kind of rotation.
Working with Matt Weaver, who we were very fortunate to be able to have as a Grand Avenue Club employee. And I really watched him develop in his role. And he did such a great job that we hired him, and he's doing great. And we've had another recent experience with another member who we would like to make an offer to as well.
Deb Love obviously was just a fixture in our library, and when I was a younger lawyer was always a tremendously helpful resource to us. Cornell used to have the end of the day shift up here in our cafe, and I tend to work a little late and would always come up around the same time for a Diet Pepsi as he was cleaning up the kitchen, and he and I would always just catch up.
Deb Love was the one that I recall. She worked in our library back when Foley and Lardner had an active library years ago. She would assist me with research projects. And again, she graduated from a TE to independent employment and became a good colleague and a friend.
I remember Fred Gallipus was always very warm and personable.
Everybody recognizes the club members as hard workers, and many of them have gone on to get recommendations for employment elsewhere, or even to get full-time employment here at Foley. It's the quality and the hard work and dedication that we see from club members is something that we definitely appreciate at Foley.
They're just a tremendous asset to our workforce. I mean, number one, they're very good at what they do. They deliver high quality service. We're a client service business, so we have high expectations here, and they never fail.
My time at Foley definitely showed me and confirmed that I could come into work on a routine and take care of various responsibilities, and being counted on to be there each day to do that, and knowing I could do it was a large help getting out of my isolation more and getting back into the workforce.
I just like to say thank you to everybody here at Foley. You guys have been amazing, and I really enjoy working here, and I hope to continue to be here as long as I possibly can.
I appreciate all the time that I was there for my TE at Foley, and I appreciate all of my coworkers, my supportive coworkers there, and I will never forget the time I had working there.
I would like to thank Lakila Howard because she was the main person that I interacted with. She was the manager at the time. She was very friendly and helped me in many ways. And I have nothing but good memories from my time at Foley and Lardner.
The people there, I enjoyed the atmosphere. It was nice.
I love this job and all the people here because it feels like a real type of like family.
I have very fond memories of Foley and Lardner. I felt appreciated. I felt needed, and everyone was just very friendly. They let me write notes for myself, which is how I learned, and they had the patience to let me do that. Eventually, I didn't need the notes as much. I had a chance to have a 401k and now an IRA, which I wouldn't have had if I hadn't worked at Foley Lardner. The benefits were very good. But I think the main thing was I just had a wonderful experience.
Like working with Lakila is the best relationship I've had in any job or anything. I actually consider her a friend more than just my boss. She has just been the most amazing as for in terms of support and help and just always being there to cover for me if I mess up a little bit. She's always got my back, and so just her the relationship with her has just been outstanding.
Part of my job here is to make sure that this is a warm, welcoming, family-oriented workforce for everyone. So I spend a lot of time, and in addition to being a lawyer, walking the halls, talking to people, making sure people are happy, hearing about what we're doing well, hear about what we can do better. And again, because we have this really family-oriented culture and atmosphere, the club members are part of our family too.
Everybody here makes you feel like you're not just a part of a job or you're part of an employee, or kind of like a family that takes care of you just like your own family would take care of you.
The fact that we've been involved with the Grand Avenue Club for over 30 years or close to 30 years is a reflection of the value that Foley places on the relationship with Grand Avenue Club.
We're overwhelmingly honored to be a part of the program. We take it as a special point of pride that we were either the first or among the first for the Transitional Employment Program. And that is something that we're very, very proud of. And we are really honored to be here tonight and to receive this honor from the club. But I can tell you the club is the one that should be honored.
Well, we really just believe in the Grand Avenue Club. We support the club because we've had such a rewarding experience. I believe we're the oldest employer, and every year we just, I think everybody in the office just really benefits from it.
This is something that Milwaukee really needs, and for people to realize what a gem we have in our community in the Grand Avenue Club. My involvement with the Grand Avenue Club will be a forever ongoing thing, even when I'm an old woman.
In the past, answering the question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I would have never had an answer. I love my job, and I know exactly what I want to be doing in 5 years.
Any members that were interested in employment, I think that working in office services, some people think, oh, I don't want to work in the office services department. But it's really not just working in the office services department. It's working in a professional environment. It's learning how to work with people at all different levels. It's getting the opportunity to be mentored by a great group of people. And it's an opportunity to just learn how to work in a downtown office environment. It doesn't matter what the role is.
After Foley, I had another TE and then another TE at Ritz-Holman CPAs, which was scanning some documents and merging them into PDF files after taxes were done for them during the tax season. And when I was there, one of the partners asked me if I know Excel, and from there I got a as needed position. They'd call me in, and I came in for the next tax season because the TE was a bit too specialized, and eventually they hired me full time, and I'm still there. I've been now working at Ritz-Holman CPAs for over 10 years.
Well, I've been a proud member of the Grand Avenue Club since '95, and I lived out of state for about 5.5 years, and I thought I didn't need the club anymore, but I found that I did. I was living with my family in Texas, and I was very bored, not having purposeful work to do, and I missed the community. And so I moved back, and I'm very happy that I did.
At the federal courthouse, I do full time. Gradually, they increased my hours as I desired.
I'd like to continue working here, obviously, but I'd also want to try to go back to school at some point. I want to try and do some work in maybe technology or something like that. I don't really have a concrete plan, but I would like to eventually get back into some type of education. And
Next week, I'll be going to register for classes for the fall again.
Anyone who's interested in, or if there are any potential employers interested in being part of the transitional employment program, I would definitely encourage them to look into it.
You'll find it exceptionally rewarding, and I recommend doing it.